Welcome to Movie Monday here at Sun FM with me, Kay-cee, taking you through what's hot right now on the big screens and for you at home. First up, we take a look at Jurassic World, which is out on the big screens right now. You probably remember the original was actually back in 1993, they started it. Now, this is a slightly new take on it, and what's interesting is that they've actually brought the old cast members from the original back into it, which makes for some very nostalgic watching. You have your land dinosaurs, your water dinosaurs, your flying dinosaurs. They're all there, which is great. And they look more amazing than ever, which is fantastic. I feel like they've really nailed it this time, just in time for the final film. The problem with this film is that by now they've exhausted all options of originality from the script because there's nothing they haven't really done before. Would I recommend it? I think largely it depends on if you're a fan of the franchise, if you've watched all of them. I think if you have done, it's one of those things you probably feel like you want to finish it off. And for that, it's good. If it's the first time you're watching this film as well, you might enjoy it. But if you look a little deeper into the scripting and everything else, like I said before, it's really nothing that special. Next up is The High Note. Now this film is a couple of years old, but it's just been climbing up the Netflix charts, and I thought it'd be interesting to do that. So this is based around the story of an overworked assistant for an old 70s sing star, and she is stuck doing errands and things that she's not really that up for doing anymore. Now, this assistant has a history in the family of working within music. She also used to be a musician herself, so she has her own talents, and her father worked in radio. However, her dream was to always become a producer. And what she starts doing is she starts actually treading on the toes of her boss within the studio environment. Big no-no. This inadvertently results in her having a huge fallout with her boss. She loses her job. But then she later teams up with her boss and becomes a producer to fulfill her dream. This film is a real story of success and failure, and you get to see and feel the sort of ways that goes along the way. So it's kind of quite a feel-good film. There's a little love tale as it goes, which is pretty standard. But I really enjoyed it. It's one of those films, if I'm honest, I started watching, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, and I actually did really enjoy it at the end. I'd recommend this. Next up, we take a look at this new series on Netflix, Resident Evil. Fans of the previous film will be familiar with the story of the Umbrella Corporation developing what's called the T-virus, which essentially infects all of humankind and turns them into flesh-eating zombies. This series is a new take on the stories and has two storylines that goes with it. So there's one based in 2022 and there's one based in 2036. They both follow the same character, but she is young in the first one. She's you know, in the early stages, and they're just about to have the zombie apocalypse. And the later one is when they're in full swing of the apocalypse. So it's very interesting to have the two takes on that. Fans have been left a bit divided because it basically doesn't really follow suit of the original storyline. If you're new to this and you like zombie films, then I think you're in for a real treat. The zombies look absolutely amazing. They're terrifying. There's lots of blood and zombie hacking going on. So I think you'll be into this. This is good, solid watching. It's tense, it's fun, there's all sorts of action, non-stop action. There's very, very, very scary moments as well. The only thing I would say is that like most zombie films, maybe all of them, they just tend to have this pretty generic ending that they have to go down, really. It's going to be one way or the other. There's no other way about it. But I would recommend this one. And that's it. Join me next week when I'll have more things to review for you guys, and pop a link in the comments below if there's anything you'd like to say. See you next time.